Disabled child parents, what was the moment they proved everyone wrong? I knew something was wrong the second I heard my nephew whisper that I should stop embarrassing the family. But he wasn't talking to me, he was talking to my daughter. She was 7, sitting on the back steps with her hands over her ears because the neighborhood parade had set off those cheap cannon-style fireworks. He told her normal kids didn't hide from noise. He told her normal kids didn't act like robots. I felt something inside me snap. My daughter Myra had never said she wanted to be normal, not once. She loved who she was, loved her routines, loved her puzzles, loved her strange little jokes that only I understood. But that night she looked at me and said she wished she wasn't built wrong. She said it like she was apologizing. Her mother would have agreed with that. She walked out when Myra was 3 and told everyone she left because I refused to train the weirdness out of her. After that, her family started popping up everywhere, offering help I didn't want, advice I didn't ask for, judgments they pretended were concern. The worst was her stepbrother Theo. He kept inserting himself into our lives like he was waiting to catch me slipping. He once drove off without Myra at a rest stop and blamed her for wandering. After that, I didn't let him babysit, so he got creative. One afternoon, he convinced her to ride with him to get smoothies, then abandoned her at a hiking trail 20 miles away. He called child services before he even drove off. They didn't take his word for it, but they filed a report. And once that report existed, my ex-in-laws acted like they had found the golden ticket. Suddenly, I was dangerous. Suddenly, everything Myra did was evident. Her flapping during storms, abuse. Her shutting down in crowds, abuse. Her biting her sleeve until it tore, abuse. They twisted her autism into a list of injuries I had supposedly caused. They filed for emergency custody within the week. They came armed with screenshots, snippets of messages, statements taken out of context. They even hired some lawyer who had a reputation for turning guilty men into saints. I had none of that, just my kid and whatever strength I had left. I knew the courthouse would overwhelm her, so we practiced every night. She sat her stuffed tiger on a box and made him the judge. I showed her courtroom videos and what to expect when people talked over each other. I showed her breathing tricks for when the noise hit. I told her I'd be right behind her the whole time. The day of the hearing felt like walking into a trap. My ex-in-laws sat together like a panel waiting to fire someone. Theo smirked at me like he already had my replacement lined up. Their lawyer went first. He described me like I was feral. He said Myra lived in chaos. He said she was violent. He even tried to claim I punched a hole in a wall during one of her meltdowns. I don't even have drywall. I rent a brick duplex. But every lie made the room lean away from me a little more. I looked at Myra. I expected her to curl in on herself. Instead, she was shaking with anger. I'd never seen her angry at anyone but herself before. When she was called up, she walked like she'd rehearsed it her whole life, but she didn't follow the script we practiced. Not even close. She said the lawyer was wrong. She said he was lying about me. She said nobody got to talk about her dad like that. She said I never hurt her. She said she never felt scared with me. She said I once stopped her mom from hitting her and that I kept her peas and carrots separate because she hated mixing color. The room froze. She told the judge she knew the law said kids should stay where they were safe. She said safe was with me. She even pointed at Theo and said he made her feel broken and that I was the only person who didn't act like she was a problem to be fixed. Her voice shook, but her words didn't. The judge let her finish every sentence. When the ruling came, I didn't breathe until I heard the phrase full custody. No visitation, no rights, nothing. Theo exploded. Security had to push him out while he yelled about how this wasn't over. As they dragged him away, my ex-mother-in-law hissed that I had unleashed something I couldn't control. I didn't answer her. I couldn't. Myra had climbed into my lap, gripping my shirt like she was afraid I'd disappear. I held her and realized something I'd never said out loud. She wasn't the fragile one. I was, and she had just saved us both.